Hello humans, my name is Dale Kingsmill and welcome to MonarchsFactory, where I talk about all sorts of nerdy lovely things. It is only a couple of weeks now until Spooked is released on the Geek and Sundry YouTube channel, and I am so freaking excited for it. The first time I watched the trailer, I kept rewinding and pausing over and over and over again just to make sure that that person who I think is in it is definitely in it, and everyone is in it. Just go watch the trailer. Go watch it. And as part of my anticipation for this wonderful show, I decided to do another top insert number here video, this time top ghost stories. Originally I was gonna try and be kind of thematic and do my favorite ghosts from mythology, and then I realized that they were all Celtic because the Celts do the best ghosts. So instead I've widened it to become my top 5 ghost stories in legend and popular culture. The Banshee. This is one legendary ghost that had to be included. Now, as with anything mythological, there are all sorts of different interpretations of the Banshee, but the one that I love the most is that if you see a Banshee, she will be weeping and washing your blood-stained clothes. Some people say that they're the clothes that you die in, and some people say that they'll be your funeral clothes. But either way, they're your clothes, and they are associated with your death. And once you've seen a Banshee, you know that you are going to die very soon, which is just really spooky and sad at the same time. At least the Banshee's really sad about it though, that's really nice, I guess. The Sixth Sense. Seems like an obvious choice, and yeah, it kind of is. But I spend the entire movie like this, staring through my fingers, being the person who did kind of half-accidentally spoil the ending for the only person left in the world who doesn't already know the ending. I'm not gonna say what happens in the movie, just in case there are more of you out there who don't know. Go watch it without knowing. Now, do it. But for real, Haley Joel Osment just does such a good job in that movie. The movie is a fantastic modern ghost story, and it has scary, and it has sad, and it has psychological what? Twin Peaks. Now again, I'm not gonna explain the story because I feel like if you're gonna watch Twin Peaks, you gotta experience that for yourself. But let me just say that Bob has come up far too many times in the last 2 days, and he's already in my nightmares. He was in a dream last night. Not okay. Twin Peaks sort of lives in the exact place where campfire stories exist, if that makes any sense. It also has an element of almost classic fairy, as in the perilous realms that Tolkien talks about, which I think is really, really cool because you go back into the really old stories of ghosts and there's a really fine line between the fae and ghosts and spirits and those sorts of things. And this tells a modern American ghost story while keeping that little element of magic in it. But don't watch it at night. Will-o'-the-wisps. It's never completely agreed what will-o'-the-wisps are exactly, but I like the idea that they're spirits of the dead, and that you can't quite tell whether they're going to be malevolent or benevolent. Much like a fairy, will-o'-the-wisps are lights that appear to usually lost travelers that leave sort of a hopeful looking trail of lights for the traveler to follow. But the tricky part is you don't know whether they're going to lead you off to safety or to your early death. They're the little bloopy light things in Brave. And that scene from The Lord of the Rings in the Dead Marshes where Gollum is like, "Don't follow the lights." Why do I ever try to do a Gollum voice? My precious. But it's this really creepy idea that the spirits of the dead are forming lights to try and lead you astray and ultimately have you join them. And finally, kind of maybe a weird choice, but Casper, as in the 1995 film. You may have noticed by now that the things I like in ghost stories are clearly an element of sadness and an element of scariness, and I don't mind some anger in there as well if you want to go down the poltergeist path. And the story in this Casper film is actually really devastatingly sad. I mean, you get your scary in that there's actually a lot of murder talk in this film. There's a lot of murder talk for a kid's movie. But the story is completely interested in the fact that Casper is the ghost of a kid. So in the course of the film, you kind of find out that Casper died of probably pneumonia when he was just little, and Casper chose to stay behind as a ghost rather than moving on to the afterlife because he didn't want his dad to be left alone. Unfortunately, his dad was destroyed by Casper's death, and so he invented a machine that would bring Casper back to life. But everyone thought he was crazy, so he was sent to a mental institution. It's just sad thing after sad thing after scary after sad. Wow, yeah, fun story for kids. That's a great idea. So those are the ghost stories that I picked to put on my list, but what ghost stories would you include? Let me know in the comment section provided below for your commenting convenience. Please like and share this video and subscribe for more videos every week, and make sure that you go and check out Spooked because I simply cannot wait. But for now, that is it. I am done, and I will see you guys some other time.